guys. We made it.
Hi.
Welcome
Cat
to
right
Monster
on
Hearts.
cue. That cat was not there until just now.
She knew we were going
He
live.
knows.
Hello. We got everything going, and we're here. And I think everything is correct, but maybe it's not. Who knows? Whatever. Welcome to this special Halloween special edition of Gutsy,
Yay.
which is not the same as Gusty, I learned today.
It's an ongoing problem.
I'm not gonna lie. I love that you accidentally. This was not. For a little background here, somehow I managed to call the show when I was doing the social media for it the last year or whatever. Gusty, I don't know where it came from. It wasn't auto saved in my phone or anything like that. It just kept happening. Lucy kept having to call me out, and then Aja does it, and she does the exact same thing, and it makes me feel so much better because I have no idea why.
I mean, it's not gutsy. It's not a word that you ever have to spell.
Yeah.
So
Gusty. I mean, like, you live in Chicago. That makes sense,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm like Gusto with a Y. Like, it's basically Gutsy and Gusto are similar in meaning even.
That's true. Yeah.
So
I just thought it was really funny. I wasn't mad. I just thought it was hilarious. It was happening again.
I'm like, who the fuck did that? Oh, it's me. It's me. I'm sorry.
Yes.
But we made it. Woof. So before we dive into this game, I just want to reiterate our content warning because I saw some confusion on YouTube about this. This game is not kid friendly.
No.
There's lots of banging. Right?
There's
a lot of banging.
There's a lot of sex and violence. Okay, let's be clear. There are characters that desire sex and or violence and don't have good impulse control. That's what this game is about. It's about teenagers.
Teens.
Yeah. Aside and apart from them being monsters, they're teenagers.
Is there anything we need to address from YouTube?
No, that was just the one thing.
Cool.
Yeah, I was like, how do you watch character creation and think that this isn't kid friendly? It's a Halloween special, but this is not for the kids.
Yes.
So, yes.
But we always have a Twitch adult warning graphic content on our page, so that's not, if you're a young person and you're watching, you should have the permission of your family.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
just wanted-
that you have good judgment and good job parents who are
better judgment than the characters we're gonna play.
yes.
Right. Yeah, don't let the Kigurumi
Yeah,
fool you.
No.
We's about to see some fucked up shit. Okay. So, hopefully, you guys got a chance to watch our character creation. But very briefly, please go around and say your IRL name, your character's name, and your character's skin. And let's just kind of get that all out on the table. Starting with Lucy.
So I'm Lucy, and my character is a vampire named Cassia.
Elf.
Hi, I'm Distracted Elf. I guess that's my name. And my character is Morrigan the Ghoul.
Kelsta.
Hello, I'm Kelsa. I'm going to be playing the Mortal. Her name is Robin. She wears dresses.
It's terrifying. And Stephanie.
It's very scary.
I am Stephanie, or Avison, as some know me online, and I will be playing the ghost of Avira. I'm going to link the character creation in YouTube link in chat because some people were asking about it.
That's definitely a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
There was a 1 hour and 45 minute actually. We went over a character creation for this. So if you want more info at a later time.
But it is the nature of Monsterhearts that you find out a lot about the characters very quickly. Very quickly. So, with those brief introductions, allow me to paint a picture. We start off, it's autumn. It's a chill, overcast day. And we're looking in a garage. And the camera kind of pans past some like yard implements. There's the rake and like hedge clippers and whatever else people that have grass in front of their houses keep. And it pans past some tools and like some storage boxes, maybe with some Christmas tinsel hanging out of one of the tops. And it pans over to a giant standalone freezer of the kind that hunters typically employ to store all of the venison that they, catch. And there's somebody at this freezer, and they're rummaging through it, and they're whistling a jaunty tune. And the camera kind of goes over their shoulder, and we see like freezer bags of presumably venison or some other such hunted game animal. And as they shuffle aside the bags of venison, we see a hand, a human hand.
I knew it.
And this hand is missing a couple of fingers. And we pan up the hand slowly to the shoulder, to the neck, to the frozen face of Avira, staring up at us from this freezer. And then it slams shut. And we hear the ringing of the bell, and the camera cuts to the ghostly face of Avira sitting in class. Avira, where do you sit in your homeroom?
I absolutely sit in the back corner, as close to the door as possible.
Standard. Let's draw a shape here. So let's say this is class. This is the door. Avira has the desk here. Sitting next to you is Chad. Chad is a football player. And sitting in front of him are his cronies, Brian and Maxwell, aka Max. They're very loud, boisterous, and it's kind of shitty to be like stuck in this little island around the three of them. What is the thing about Chad that pisses you off the most?
Chad doesn't really have any respect for my really big bubble.
So he's always trying to like get your
Basically,
attention.
my bubble, like, I think I can kind of draw this with the ping. My bubble is kind of forced to be like here.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see that? Because my bubble should really, like, with where they are, they should be like 18,000 feet away from me, right? But I'm basically, I sit like in the far back right corner of this desk, and Chad is constantly like paying too much attention. Do we all watch Gilmore Girls? Has everyone? You guys remember? Well, for everyone who does, do you remember the first douchey rich kid that liked her in the beginning, who like called her Mary, and I can't remember, Tristan. Tristan was actually this kid's name, and Chad is like this Tristan character from Gilmore Girls. He definitely secretly has a crush on her, maybe, but he's an asshole about it and just treats her like shit because she's an outcast type.
I like it. Robin.
Chad.
Actually, Robin's probably predicated on where Cassia is sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where is Cassia sitting?
Yeah.
You know where like the main character in animes always sits? It's kind of like near the window.
Like,
You're in the
more than
other
halfway
back corner.
That's where I'm sitting.
Got it. So you are sitting in this back corner.
You've got to love that the first descriptive thing is like, you know where anime characters sit in their classrooms.
The main anime.
I love it. I love it.
Because we all know.
It gives me such visualization of like the exact situation. Yeah.
So seated next to you is Avery. Avery has like long locked hair that she wears tied back most of the time, and she's often reading, but she knows something about you that nobody else knows. What does she know?
Let's see. And is it a secret that I'm a vampire? It's got to be, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not that.
So she knows that I'm much older than I say I am. She knows I'm too old to be in high school, but she has no idea about why.
Got it. So
She
Avery,
thinks you're 19, not,
Yeah.
Not
She thinks-
400.
she thinks you're a
19.
super senior. Little does she know.
Yeah.
So she knows Cassie is too old. How did she find that out?
I messed up the like fake birth year I have. Like multiple times. You know, I'd be like, oh, you know, I was born in 94 or something, and just like, you know, just can't think fast enough when people ask.
I see.
Is that an 18-year-old's birth year now?
I don't even know. See,
No.
I don't know either.
98.
98, right?
Are you serious? No, it
Yeah.
can't.
See,
Oh my god.
Are you kidding?
It is.
98.
It totally is. Holy
It's-
shit.
I know,
So
right?
that's why, because I'd be like 95? 92?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody just hit me with an old stick.
We're-
Because 98 was the year that I went to freshman year of high school. So I absolutely remember 1998.
This is like the
Oh,
spookiest thing that's happened ever today, is finding out that seniors are born in fucking 98. All right,
It always
moving
freaks
on.
me out to see the
Mhm.
21-year-old age at the grocery store, too.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez,
But
that
yeah,
moment when you
we
start
should-
having to scroll down in the drop-down menu to get your birth
Yeah.
year.
However, I like being old because wisdom is awesome.
It's true.
So, like, caveat the Yeah.
Being young sucked. All right, but you guys are young. So,
Right now
Robin,
we're-
where are you sitting in this?
I didn't hear the name you said.
Robin.
Well, it's
Oh,
me.
Robin.
But I was muted. So I would have been sitting where Avery is sitting, but she got there too soon, too early. So instead, she sits right in front of Avery because she doesn't want to sit directly in front of Cassia because then she couldn't see her.
Right, and that is
So
important.
it is. It's really important.
You have to leer.
No, I have to fine.
Okay, well,
It's very different. It's a context thing. Okay.
All right.
And Morrigan, where are you seated?
I don't have like a huge amount of preference. I'm probably somewhere in the middle of the room, like maybe this desk here.
Okay, Morrigan doesn't care too much. Seated next to Morrigan
I'm
is
cold and indifferent.
E. Let's see. Seated next to Morrigan is Troy, our
Troy.
baseball hockey star, who is not popular because he doesn't play tennis or football. Seated in front of Troy, actually, Vivica is seated like right up here. Right in front of Vivica. Seated back here is fucking Evan. Why doesn't anybody like Evan besides his name? We never determined that. What's the deal with Evan?
What's the deal with Evan? Maybe he's just like that.
What if he's
Wasn't it-
like?
I thought he.
Oh, go ahead, Kelsa. You're gonna say something like.
Like we didn't
Just
actually
like-
like I don't think we actually determined anything, but like what if he was like the principal's son or something? And so he always gets away with literally everything.
Yeah. All right.
So Evan is little shit.
I'm fine with that.
He's a little shit with connections to the principal. He's like a power or authority. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah, I get that. So definitely do.
Let's see. Seated next to Morrigan, let's have Stacy. Morrigan, Stacy has this one weird quirk that weirds you out. What is it?
She always looks over at me when we're sitting down or when like group things are happening or whatever, and she smiles like really genuinely, and it creeps me out.
Stacy is
genuine warmth.
Stacy is uncomfortably friendly.
Because I'm like the most cold, you know. So
You're like grimacing, trying to make that facial expression back at her. She doesn't even notice. She's like,
Yeah.
"Aw."
Morrigan smiles more like this.
Okay. Let's see. Let me make sure I don't have any other students that we established that should be populated. Seated next to Stacy is your coworker at the coffee shop, Robin. What's their name?
Gotta keep unmuting myself. All right. Their name is.
Steve.
Sure, I'll take Steve.
Steve. And do you get along with Steve, or do you have some sort of dysfunctional relationship?
I think I get along with him all right. Like sometimes he'll like leave, like he won't clean the coffee grounds out correctly, and make me do it. But then I just leave the trash for him, and he takes it out because I didn't want to do that anyway, and so it kind of works out.
Okay, so you guys have an affable relationship.
But like it's a little bit passive aggressive, but not.
Is it like leaving sticky notes passive aggressive?
Yeah, totally.
It's like the office equivalent of sending memos.
Yeah.
Like, to whom it may concern, coffee grounds are to be cleaned in the following fashion. Please look at this linked YouTube video if you don't know how to do it.
To whom it may concern, brackets Steve.
Right. So is he kind of lazy, would you say?
I don't think he's lazy. He just like we just each both have jobs that we don't like to do. And instead of talking about it and working it out, we just kind of like assume the other one's going to do it and then get bitchy if they don't.
Got it. Seated next to Vivica are going to be her cronies. Lexi. And who else is friends with Vivica? Tiffany. These are not intended as insults to anybody with these actual names. I'm sure you're all lovely people. I'm just saying. Lexi, Vivica, and Tiffany are the stank trio of the high school.
The stank trio.
Because they always walk in formation. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Stank
Yeah,
Heifer
Everyone's
Brigade.
mean girls, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's the idea.
Yeah.
The plastics.
And then there's probably Ernest, who is the nerd kid. Because you gotta have all of the high school stereotypes,
Yeah,
right?
you gotta hit them all on the head, right? Like,
Cassia, what's the
Yes.
what's the one thing about Ernest that's like secretly pretty cool?
I just appreciate like his intellectualism and the fact that he's not afraid. Like in high school, it can sometimes be like pretty uncool to be smart. Like people sometimes kind of downplay it. But I like that even though he's pretty nerdy, he's just like unapologetically really, really smart about a wide variety of things. And I think it's pretty awesome.
Ernest is unapologetically smart.
I feel like he's the kind of kid who would like open up discussions he was awkward in with like random facts. You know,
Did
like,
you know?
Did you know that there's
No, I didn't know that.
20% of the landmass of the world is covered in, you know, whatever. I don't know. I don't want to say something wrong.
I was hoping that was an actual fact, and I was gonna.
Right,
No, I
like
mean-
drop some knowledge on us,
I
please.
have some other ones, but you
He's
know,
basically the kid that was smart enough to know that if he actually did well in school, he would do well.
you would do well in life.
He's not wrapped up in the drama. He's just kind of like, okay, well, I already got into college, so
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna just keep my nose down and.
yeah. So your homeroom teacher is Mrs. Kapinski. Mrs. Kapinski is short. She's petite. She is very like wiry, almost bony, and she wears like very bold colored skirt suits. She has
She Mrs. Frizzle.
no. Mrs. Frizzle had way too much swag. Miss Kapinski has like hyper pronounced cheekbones and like this pursed little wrinkled mouth and like these cat's eye glasses and this like towering beehive hairdo.
This sounds like she's got a lot of swag. That's just me. Though.
It's just a different kind of swag. Different kind of swag.
Listen, swag by any other name. It's still swag.
Like Miss Frizzle was definitely like Pacific Northwest swag. Miss Kapinski is more like Manhattan swag.
All right.
Just fix that in your minds. All right, so now we've got our class. Good job, team. All right.
We did it.
You did it. So, it's kind of getting towards the end of the day. Like everybody, Miss Kapinski is lecturing. She's a literature teacher, and she's talking something about something that most people really aren't paying attention to be honest. You're just waiting to get out. And Chad is leaning over and like trying to get your attention, Avira.
I absolutely do everything I can to not pay attention and not explode at the same time. What the hell do you want?
Are you coming to the party tonight? Come on, it's a Halloween party. Like, everybody loves those. Come on.
I think at this point we're seniors, right? So
Yeah.
I probably say some sort of like, of course I'm coming, everyone goes.
Oh,
Like, I know that if I just shut him up, he'll probably leave me alone and I can get the fuck out of there.
he kind of seems like he's you see like a little like relief that you're going, but he's like he puffs himself back up and he's like, so what are you gonna dress as?
I don't do that. Thanks though.
He seems nonplussed, like not even like not the sexy whatever costumes. I mean, I was kind of like low key hoping I'd see you and well, whatever.
I basically give him at this point I actually turn my head and give him the coldest death stare and then turn around and don't talk.
Is this like a shutdown?
Yes, it sounds like you're shutting someone down.
Let's make some rolls.
Okay. Is
Roll
it just
cold.
a D6?
It's cold. For
Roll on your sheet. I think there's
right.
roll plus cold.
Yeah, it's cold stat
Right.
for shutdown.
Roll plus cold. There it is. Because because Chad is a tool. Do I add modifiers?
Because fuck Chad.
You shouldn't.
I just have cold.
I don't think you have anything.
Yeah.
No, I think that's if somebody's helping or something. So you've got an 8. On a 7 to 9, choose one. You each give a condition to one another. You each lose a string on one another. So you don't have strings. So
I have to.
you can give him a condition and he'll give you a condition.
And that was those basic moves.
Yeah,
Right.
that's on the basic moves handout.
Okay.
So it's reminding us on the Roll20 thing that whether or not it's highlighted, we didn't highlight stats.
Oh, we didn't highlight
Oh, yeah.
stats.
Oh, should we do that?
Holy
first?
shit, back up.
Yeah.
That's fine. I need to think about this anyway. So that's
So,
Okay.
So Triss, you've got to give us each a highlight, and then it's a matter of who has the most strings on
Right.
each other, right? So
So let's start with Avira since she's been the focus thus far. Who has the most strings on Avira?
I have 2.
I believe it is you, Nelfia.
So I'd like to highlight your dark, please.
Sweet.
And
So I should check this box, correct?
yes.
Yes.
And I want to highlight your volatile.
Okay.
Mm.
I want to see Avira being like, I've had it with your shit. Throw some ghost punches at people.
I just realized how well your nails match with your hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm really obsessed. If you didn't notice the headphones behind me with this turquoise color right now,
It's a great
Yeah.
color.
influences my life.
Let's go to Morrigan. Who has the most strings on Morrigan?
I have 3.
Yeah, I have 3 as well.
Okay.
So
I don't
pick
know what
someone.
you do. Okay, Avira, give me a
Okay.
highlight.
What's the one that you have the highest on again?
Cold.
Is it cold? I'll give you cold.
Cool.
Sure.
Hot.
Hot. All right. That's
What does the highlight mean?
That means when you roll with that stat, you mark experience.
you mark experience every time you roll with it.
Cool.
You get to level up.
So let's go to Cassia. Who has the most strings on Cassia?
I have 4.
Yes, it looks
Wow,
like.
that's a lot.
Yeah, 4. Brings on me, Morgan 4. Yep.
So I guess I'll mark your hot.
Yay.
I want to see your dark. And last but certainly not least, Robin.
I'm pretty sure that Cassia has the most strings on me with 4.
Yes, I do. Okay, I want to highlight your volatile.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's going to be interesting.
And I'm going to highlight the hot.
All right.
Hot.
Get him,
Let's-
Tiger.
Hot it up.
The
Rawr.
one true love is
I'm
waiting.
angry.
Hot and angry. The teenager story.
All right.
All right.
I am having a hard time doing what I need to do, so if you could help me.
Do you want to know about
the thing open.
conditions?
It says turn to page 28 in the handout, and I didn't have the PDFs open, so that's what.
I mean, conditions they're basically just the way other people perceive you.
So
you
like,
can make it up.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
you could give him a condition like asshole, and that would be a condition.
Yeah.
Well, that definitely should be his condition. I mean,
Okay.
That's for sure. But in order for me to probably have summoned up the ability to do something like that to him to make him feel bad, I would probably in turn, because I get a condition on myself. Right?
Yeah, he gets to put one on you, so I get to decide.
Oh, got it. I was gonna say, go ahead.
I think he's going to give you the condition frigid.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's got to be something that like meets that for sure.
You're as cold as ice.
I can't snap with my fingerless gloves right now because I have.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he just kind of snorts under his breath and like looks at his friends, and they're like, "Yeah, whatever, that chick, whatever." And they kind of go back to not paying attention amongst themselves. Robin, you notice Troy seems very nervous.
Interesting.
As a longtime Troy watcher, although you have a new hobby, you recognize.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching Troy for a long time. So he seems nervous, like is this like pre-game nervousness or like I don't remember if my mom packed me a peanut butter sandwich or a tuna fish sandwich nervousness.
He seems to be like muttering to himself under his breath as though he's rehearsing saying something.
Interesting. I'll keep an eye on this. Stalker ears activate. Yeah, like I'm not gonna. I don't want to draw attention to myself.
Yeah,
I just want to know what he's doing. Like I don't care what he's doing, but I want to know what he's doing.
Morgan, you also notice a weird behavior from a kid that's normally like not fucking weird in a class full of weirdos.
How close is it to the end of the day?
There's like 20 minutes left in class.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's sitting there muttering to himself, and I just give him like a quick look over, like as if to tell him just by looking that he's audible, you know, like whatever he's saying isn't completely silent into himself if he's like rehearsing, you know, like I can hear you, you know.
This reminds me of a time in high school when it was an exam, so just like you could hear a pin drop and someone was listening to their headphones,
Yeah,
and, like loudly humming, and we were like, dude, oh my god, stop.
Mm-hmm.
He looks over at you, Morgan, and you're like cold stare, and he blanches and like kind of recoils a bit.
Perfect. That's what I wanted. I wait until the day is over, basically. Like, we'll talk about what the fuck is going on when I don't have to worry about Kapinski giving me shit for it, you know? Like, we're still in class here.
Yeah, at the front of the class, Miss Kapinski is talking about, I don't know, fucking Jane Eyre and like
Of
the
course.
the ethics of
Makes sense.
keeping your
Yeah.
like half Haitian wife
Oh,
locked
God.
in the attic while you like are broody in front of some other rando chick. She's giving a very erudite lecture about this.
All
Jane
right.
Eyre is fucked up.
Yeah.
If you don't want to read it, watch the movies. They're just as fucked up.
It's super fucked up. But eventually the bell rings in the middle of her sentence and everybody starts getting up. Troy beelines away from Morgan. He like goes up this way
Okay.
and out the door.
Wow, I'm that scary. All right. I guess I am like the goth kid. Never know what I'll do.
You have a powerful stare.
Like, I think I like watch him go, and then I kind of turn to Cassia, and I'm like, what do you think's up with him?
That sort of flirtatious voice. I don't know. I saw he was acting weird. I'm kind of surprised that she is talking to me, because I've noticed Robin kind of being like fawning and lovey-dovey in her very intense way, but it's been kind of in the distance to this point. I'm like, oh, now she's starting to talk to me.
It seemed like a good opportunity.
Yeah.
It seemed like a good opportunity to just kind of jump it out there, like,
Like, oh, I don't know. I saw he was acting weird, but I don't know what's up with him.
You guys like leave or
Yeah, like I think this is
Yeah,
like
it's
as
next-
I'm
it's
getting
time for
ready to
next
go.
class, right?
yeah, when you leave the classroom, Troy is waiting by the door. And he kind of like hey, Cassia, can I talk to you?
Yeah, what's up?
He looks at Robin.
Like Robin goes like looks at him and looks at her and is like, and she like kind of goes around the corner and then stops and then like peeks her head out again so she can watch it,
Your status.
right?
So he kind of looks down and then like wipes his palms on his pants, and he's like, so I know you're new in town, but I was wondering if you're coming to Evan's Halloween party tonight.
And since I'm like obsessed with trying to blend in and like learn all this stuff about today's teenagers, I'm like, this is perfect. I'm like stoked to go, but I kind of dial it back to be more teenage, like oh yeah, I guess. I mean, I'll probably be there.
Probably. I mean, I'll go if you go.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not doing anything else,
Oh,
I'm sure.
okay.
I'm sure I'll show up at some point.
Do you like have dinner plans before the party? Because we could like get something to eat, maybe.
And
I know what she could eat.
and I have to like politely deflect him because I don't want to eat solid food. I can't eat solid food in front of this dude, and I don't want him to be suspicious because I'm just sitting at the plate. So I'm like, I actually have dinner plans with my parents tonight, so I can't get out of that. Sorry.
Oh. I mean, it's cool. It's okay. I guess I'll see you there.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely.
What are you gonna dress up as? I was thinking of like, I don't know, something like corny, like I don't know, like a vampire, but like, I mean, maybe not that, maybe something else.
That's so cliche, don't you think? Like, I'm
yeah,
trying to think of something else to go as.
yeah. I mean, if you think so, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, who's a vampire anymore? It's,
Yeah, that's like a super
You could be
80s
right.
or something. Okay. Well, I'll see you. I'll see you later.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what your costume is.
Yeah. I need to figure that out. Okay. Yeah. I'll see you later. by, and he just
Definitely
like
not a vampire.
abruptly turns and walks away and like beelines past where you're standing, Robin.
Yeah, like I like quickly duck back behind the lockers that I was hiding behind or whatever. And I'm like, shit, I need to figure out how to get to Evan's party.
Are you not invited?
I don't think so. Like I don't think like she's
Is it
in.
an everyone's invited sort of thing? Like just like big rager?
I mean, the question is, if you're not invited, what happened that you no longer go to these big rager parties?
I don't think it's like I'm not invited. I don't think I'm specifically invited. I'm not like uninvited.
Yeah.
But
like if you showed up, everybody would be like,
Oh, Robin's
look
here.
a little funny, or
yeah. Like no one told me not to come, but no one's been like, hey, are you going to the party? And I'm like, oh, there's a party. No one actually specifically told me there was a party. You know?
Right. So are you the type that likes to go to parties even?
Not usually. So like it wasn't a big deal, but now
Now you have to, yeah.
Yeah.
Now the bay's going,
Like-
you gotta go.
Like I didn't care that nobody told me about the party until I found out that I'm missing out on this, and I can't let.
Well, I'm assuming that since Robin is just pretty much stalking me, that as I walk down the hall, that maybe I mention it to her. Oh, are you going to the party?
Well, I wasn't planning on it, but maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if you're there, that'd be cool.
Oh, and like she does this thing where like she wipes the front of her dress like right above her knees, like she does this when she's nervous, like it's normal, and she's like, I don't really have a costume, but maybe I could go.
Just draw some whiskers on. You'll be fine.
Okay.
As the two of you are talking, you hear behind you the distinctive clack, clack, clack of Vivica, Lexi, and Tiffany. And you turn around and they're like, in the classic, like, the classic, like, we just walked in formation, stopped and posed. That for whatever fucking reason, shady high school heifers in TV always have.
Mm-hmm.
And Vivica like looks you up and down, and she's like, "So I heard you're gonna go to the party."
Maybe.
She glares at you. She's like, "Do you even have a costume? Do either of you have a costume?"
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Morgan, if you want to do something.
I would love if while this is going on, they've like posed in front of these two and like they're doing their like Mean Girls thing.
Yeah.
And while it's going on, I just like push past them, like literally like ruin their little setup and walk through. Like as a shutdown. Like I'd like to use it as a shutdown.
Yes.
Where it's like, I hear going to the party. What the, you know, like.
And you're just like hands on faces. And just come through the
literally
portal.
just like, I'm literally just like, you're blocking the hall. You know, like.
Yeah, roll me a
Fuck out of
shutdown.
my way. Okay. Let's see. I got a cold here for the shutdown. Because of reasons, it's fine.
A 9. So you can give them a condition, and they'll give one to you.
All right. Hang on. I'm gonna mark an advancement. Condition for them. Their condition is going to be flustered.
So Vivica and Co, because I'm not going to bother writing their names. Vivica and Co are flustered.
What? You don't think Lexi and Tiffany are important?
They're real people, okay? They're just
yeah.
They're just part of this like weird thing. Vivica and the Vivica collective are now flustered, and they're just like, oh my god, I can't believe her. And they're going to give you the condition disrespectful.
Sure.
Morgan has a reputation around school. She doesn't know her place.
Siren does
Mhm.
in your place, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
ew, I think she touched me. Oh my god, ew.
Like I don't hang around. I just kind of like push past
Yeah.
them, like down
They
the
just
hall.
keep they make those noises like a flock of pigeons that have been scattered. They're just like
Like
flapping.
I think like I take advantage, like Robin takes advantage of this opportunity to just like go to her next class and like
Like zoop.
just like, oh, thank goodness, I don't have to talk to Vivica anymore. Goodbye.
I was thinking, I hope that that's exactly what you guys do. And then the next thought I had was you could tell that maybe we all didn't have the easiest time in high school
Right?
because we know exactly how to handle that. Good job,
Like,
Elsa. I
okay,
totally agree.
peace.
Later.
So, it's the end of the day, so it will be extracurricular activities if you have any. I know that Cassia is in orchestra.
Yes, so I will be practicing.
Does
And
anybody
I'll
else?
probably see Vivica there.
Yeah.
I need to go to the cafe because my shift starts in like half an hour.
Morgan and Navira, what do you do after school lets out?
My only extracurricular activity is that I actually love Halloween, like as a thing, or if it is Halloween the day, there's at least a party where costumes are going to be involved, and you know what I can do where costumes are involved? Not have to wear long sleeves in the fucking burning heat, of whatever place we're at. You know,
Edmonton, is that what we decided on?
I don't know. It's whatever. Um, so I'm probably working on something for that to show up. I don't know, a costume of some kind where I can work that in.
And Navira?
I would say I probably have an art class after school. Just as like the one outlet that I have to like paint dark, weird things in the corner.
Are any of
In an actual
your
corner where Chad, Brian, and Max are not.
right? Are
The
any
one
of
teacher that
your
gets me.
are any of your classmates in this class?
I think that who was it that was there's some relatively normal people, weren't there?
Stacy was uncomfortably friendly. Avery was just quiet and read a lot.
I think Avery is probably, if not in there, in some other art class in the same after school hole where they shove all the art classes
Right.
to make room for all the other things that people do.
I'm gonna go ahead and put Stacy there too because I think
Yeah.
it's funny.
I
So
feel like Stacy might be like some kind of human that is particularly empathic and like gets that we're all a little different, which is why she always looks at us and smiles. Because that was probably a role that I played of like in my actual high school. Like I always felt really left out, but I seemed to kind of sit in the middle because I did sports. So every single kid that I thought maybe needed a smile, I gave, one, and they definitely like didn't all like it at all.
right. Or could you? Uh,
Yeah, like, are you actually nice? Or are you trying to manipulate me? Like, is this a Carrie situation? Like, it was that kind of.
so I think we're gonna start with art class, and like the camera pans across the canvases, and Stacy is drawing something. She's painting like a butterfly, and Avery is perhaps doing like she's painted a dragon. And Avira, what have you created on your canvas?
Right now, it's just a very dark, like, probably going to turn into a dark and creepy forest, but just kind of like dark swirl of night and creepy, color scheme of the blacks and the blues. And, I think I just have the base of the background done and I'm kind of swirling in the color of the night at this point.
And you said that the teacher is the only one that gets you. What's this teacher's name?
This teacher is a young teacher named Miss Stone.
Miss Stone.
He mainly is just that kind of like young enough to still remember what it was like to be in high school and wise enough to know which kids are actually like they're there's kids that are kind of more adult like in school.
Mm-hmm.
So you inevitably can you can tell they're the kids you can look at and say, hey, it is easier out there. This is all just 4 years. It's going to feel like nothing when you're there. And they're like, yeah, I definitely know that. I'm ready. That kind of teacher,
I see.
Talks to
So
you like you're an adult and not like you're an irresponsible asshat kind of thing. Like most teachers.
yeah. So Miss Stone, let's say she's got like paint spattered jeans on, some like Converse, and maybe a plaid button down. She's got the Miss Frizzle hair. And she's kind of walking around and like looking at everyone's canvases, and she stops at yours, Avira, and she's like, "Wow, that's really like deeply emotional. Is this coming from a personal place?"
I think internally I'm definitely like saying yes it is, but I think because of the confusion surrounding my death, it and I don't obviously I'm not projecting as a ghost right now, but with that confusion I don't know how to articulate why it's personal. So I think because did we decide if it was Halloween?
It's Halloween today, yes.
It's Halloween. Okay, cool.
In the game.
Since it's Halloween, I think I'd probably do more. Yeah, look at us. I think I'd probably do more like, I mean, everything I do is personal, but like it's Halloween, so it's dark.
Let's have you hold steady to
Sure.
kind of get that out without having any sort of emotional.
And what's the roll with that?
Roll with cold.
Roll with cold. Sweet. Because I'm emo. I love this.
Get frosty.
Because I'm emo.
Oh.
She's the only one who gets me. Of course, I'm not going to be able to make a straight face with that.
So you start talking and you're saying, well, because it's Halloween, and your own mind fills with like this loud cacophonous noise, and you have like an abrupt flashback to the last party you went to where you stumbled outside, and there's all of these faces and they're weirdly distorted and like flashing lights, and it's really hot, and you stumble outside, and the last thing you remember is passing out and hitting the grass, and you like flash back to all of this, and I think you pass out in real life.
Sure.
Yeah. So.
Wait for enough, or should we? Are we fading to black, or do I need to react to passing out?
No, you're fading to black. Like you're talking, and then like the camera just does this extreme like zoom in, and you have all of these memories and weirdness, and you hear, especially as you pass out, you hear this like this tune being whistled, like that memory strikes you very vividly as you pass out in your art class.
The first song that popped in my head was X-Files, which is just so creepy. The little whistle,
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we hear a thump as Avira hits the floor. Moving to...
I've got something.
Yeah, Morrigan, what are you up to?
So I basically would be on my way back home, at least for a little while, before, or like wherever I'm staying, in like an apartment or something, where I can get a little private time to just like before the party go out and do stuff. But I think I stop off at like the supermarket on my way back, like the grocery store, whatever grocery store is like around. And I've been doing this for the last couple of days, and it's been working pretty well. Staring at the raw meat section, like there's just like steaks on steaks, like there, and probably got enough money to do this one more time. And I just buy up like a whole bunch of like raw meat, basically. like at least a couple of pounds, of like steaks and stuff, because
Okay.
it deals with the hunger, the flesh hunger, the one where I try not to eat people, and this works better.
So as you're checking out with your I don't even barrel of steaks. That sounds gross.
Just
It's
like
kind
a
of gross.
shit ton.
Like just like a fuck ton of steaks. The cashier, Mrs. Bates, who works at the grocery store, and she's ringing up all of the beans. She says, "Honey, you buy up so much meat. Where do you put it? All I do declare, you are so thin. I wish I had a metabolism like yours."
Awkward conversation. I just sort of like look at her and give her the like none of your business, like.
Completely unfazed. She's like, we didn't see you at church this past Sunday. When are you planning to stop by? You can't find any nice boys at these parties all you kids go to. If you want a nice boy, you got to come to church. I have the perfect person I could set you up with. You just let me know.
This is someone I know, like, from other than just here, then. I would
It's a
assume.
small town. Relatively small area.
So, sure, I'll come by next week.
That is delightful. And make sure you wear your hair down. You look so pretty that way. You want to make a good impression, of course. And she just like natters on it.
Just like waiting for everything to get checked out while this is going on. Just like the awkward kind of.
There's an awkward number of steaks to be rung up. And she doesn't do the thing where you ring one up and then like put X
a whole bunch of times,
number.
Yeah.
She's just like each one. She's just boop, boop. The pastor will be so overjoyed to finally see you. Darken our doorstep.
Yeah, darken your doorstep. Sure. And sort of like bundle up what I've purchased and like get out of there as quickly as possible. Like I really don't want to be having this conversation. So
and she like waves you off like, okay, toodaloo, we'll see you on Sunday.
Bye. And I'm holding back while I'm standing there watching the steaks like getting rung up, like during that part. It's one of those things where it's like running through my head are the words, I could eat her. I could do it right now. It would be so much cheaper than buying all these steaks, and I could do it.
Do you need to hold steady to not lunge across the counter?
I guess maybe I do.
I think you do.
Maybe I do. All right, so that's cold, right?
Yes.
And I get +1 because it's to do with one of my hungers, I think. One of my abilities, the hunger is like that I get stuff that. Hang on. Yeah, add 1 to rolls. Heedlessly pursue. Okay, no. So
yeah.
This is, yeah, this is no good. Hey.
All right. So on a 7 to 9, choose. You keep your cool, or you can pick an option from the 10 and up list, but also gain the condition terrified. And 10 and up is you keep your cool and ask the MC a question, remove a condition, or carry one forward.
I am going to do the one where I get terrified and remove my disrespectful condition.
Okay.
So I'm like scaring myself, because it's like, oh God, I could commit murder in broad daylight, like right here in the middle of the supermarket. I could eat her.
You're staring at her as she's talking.
I'm like white knuckling, like my own sort of palms.
And as she continues to talk, like your perception of her face is less of a face and more of just like moving meat that you could be consuming.
It's like, okay, I'm gonna leave. Thanks.
All right, bye-bye. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, grab my steaks and get the fuck out
of
there.
You have all this meat, you just scurry away.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck.
The smell of the raw meat is what
I really need to eat. Right? Yeah, like I really need to eat.
Your meat baby and run away.
Never speak to me or my meat children again. Oh my God, that's disgusting.
I just have this image of her with like little meat toys, like when she was a baby. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, sometimes I just crack myself off. That's terrible. Probably on your way out, you nearly run over Steve, who's like slouching his way into the grocery store.
What was Steve's thing?
Steve is
again?
the coworker at the coffee shop.
Oh, he's the coworker at the coffee shop.
Like,
Okay.
whoa,
I would
chill.
say, I would say like I actually run into him. You know, like.
And
'Cause
there's
I'm
like
not
this
paying
like
attention.
wet squelching as like all of the steak like compresses between the two of you. He's like,
Sorry.
ugh, you need to chill. Why do you have like your own body weight in steak?
My family likes meat.
Do you even care about the environment? Do you know? And he starts to like go into this tirade about how many resources cows consume to be ranched.
I don't have time to deal with you right now. I say, but I want to roll. If I can, I want to try and do the whole like disaffected turn you on thing instead of like a shutdown.
Oh, okay.
You know, like the eyes, the body language says no, but the eyes say yes because I'm hungry. I'm so hungry, and
Oh.
So
Yeah.
so it's more like I don't have time to deal with you right now.
right now, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Roll that chili turn someone on.
All right, doing it. Oh no.
Let's see. That is amazing. What do I want to do? Da-da-da-da. I think maybe what we need to do here
Hmm.
is that you're like holding all of this meat and it's like and you could take it home and eat it, or you could just eat this guy that won't shut the fuck up.
That's definitely true. I could. Yeah.
And I think you need to hold steady to not just leap on him and just bite him.
Can I instead just straight up roll volatile and like try and push him into a corner
Oh
somewhere?
yeah,
and
you
then
can
he's
lash
gonna-
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
lash out.
Like what I want to do is drop everything I'm holding, hand on mouth, push into corner somewhere, basically. Like just slightly out of the way. Still dangerous, but slightly out of the way. That's what I want to do.
Yep.
Volatile.
I'm never gonna make it to this party if you kill my coworker.
Listen. Oh.
Let's see.
Oh, it's going badly for me.
Let's see. So you put it.
Wait. Does she get a +1 for?
Oh, needlessly pursuing my hunger. Yes, it's a 7.
Yeah.
It should be a 7.
Ah, okay.
I'm there
let's-
for you.
Thank
Good
you,
job.
Kelsa.
Good job. On a 7 to 9, you harm them, but choose one. They gain 1 string on you. They can deal 1 harm to you for free. If they want to, they can deal 1 harm to you for free if they want to. You become your darkest self. Which one of those do you choose?
They can deal 1 harm to me for free if they want to, I would say.
Okay, yeah. So you like try and push him in a corner, and you guys are like scuffling in front of the grocery store.
Yeah.
And I think you each take 1 harm.
Okay. Can I say that like the harm I take is like he grabs me by the wrist or something and it rips a few stitches and like one
Yes,
of my appendages
definitely.
comes loose. And that's why I have to get the fuck out of there like immediately because like the stitches in my upper arm are like tearing. and
Yeah,
I
you
just
hear a
split.
distinctive ripping noise that you've
Yeah.
heard many times before.
And it's like shit, you know, like I really want to eat you, but I can't. That's
Do you
not what I say.
Okay, I was gonna say because he would be like,
That's not what I
I'm
say.
sorry, the fuck.
I would just like pull away from him and be like, sorry, and you know, try and pick up my bags with 1 arm and like leave if I can, like very much sort of like trying to disengage from the whole situation and fuck off immediately.
So I
Go
think
home with your meat.
leave me my meat babies. I think Robin, I think the coffee shop is very close to the grocery store, and I think you
Mhm.
spot this across the parking lot as you approach. And we are gonna go believe it or not, to our first break because it's been an hour already.
What?
It-
Wow.
Sure has. We've got 2 more tumultuous hours coming straight at you on this special edition of Gutsy Presents Monsterhearts. We will be back in approximately 5 minutes. Hang tight. Thanks for stopping. Bye.